Hello, so tonight I will be presenting my flower project. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it. So before I get going, I think it is important to describe what the flower is. This flower project pretty much is 7 pretty easy steps that helps one with interviews. It helps one find the skills that he or she is good at, and by identifying them, it helps them apply them in certain interviews for jobs. So let me give you the rundown of each of the 7 steps. So step 1 deals with values, goals, and purposes. Step 2 would be special knowledges, or pretty much just the job that I would want. Step 3 has to do with transferable skills, or skills that will help me in the workforce. Step 4, people environments. Step 5, working conditions. Step 6 being level of responsibility. And last but not least, step 7, which asks where I would like to work. Okay, so for step 1, the 3 characteristics I chose to describe myself were loyalty at number 1, curiosity at number 2, and calm at number 3. To back up my decision of putting loyalty at number 1, I often like to point out the fact that 3 of my best friends I have known for 14 years, and because of that, I feel like that just shows that I'm a loyal guy. Okay, moving on to step 2, I would love to become an investment banker or go into some field of wealth management. I plan on majoring in finance in college, and ever since I turned 18, I have absolutely loved exploring the stock market, investing my money, and just seeing what happens. Alright, so for step 3, in order of priority, these are the transferable skills that I chose for myself. Starting at number 1, I really feel like I'm a problem solver. Like, no matter how big the problem is, I feel like I can always find a way to get out of it. Number 2, I find this one to be very important, knowledge with technology. As time goes by and technology becomes more advanced, I feel like it's very important to at least have a grasp with computers, phones, and stuff like that. One thing that I'd like to point out with my knowledge of technology is the fact that I've been taking an online course on coding with the program Java, and within this class I learned how to design stuff. It's very simple, but I'm definitely going to carry on with it and hopefully get really good with that stuff. Number 3, I'm really good at working independently. I don't need someone to hold my hand during projects or anything. I can do stuff on my own. Number 4, this one is also very important to me, making deadlines. I'm never late on anything. I get stuff done on time. No excuses. And that's that. Number 5, dealing with people. I mean, I get along well with people. Never really get in fights or anything. And I feel like I just have a good way of like connecting with people. And lastly, number 6, I'm a hard worker. You know, no matter how difficult something is, I'll always work through it and give it my all. Alright, step 4 of the flower project. People environments. Preferably, I would love to work independently. I feel like I get a bit distracted while working with others. But if working with others is necessary, then I would really enjoy working around hard workers, those who do not get distracted, want to get stuff done, make deadlines, etc. And number 3, I mean, in a perfect world, I would love to be my own boss. I mean, I know it's very tough to achieve, and it's not very common, but in a dream scenario, I would absolutely love that. Next up is working conditions. In order of priority, first, I would love to work in an office. I just feel like working at home could get boring at times. Very little interaction at home. So working with others in an office building would be nice. Number two, and again, this is a bit of a stretch, but I wouldn't want a manager. I mean, I know I'm going to have a boss, but maybe one day work my way up and not have to deal with that. Number three, like a nice working condition. What I mean by that is nice people working around me. No arguments, no bad blood being felt, no anger, animosity, etc. And the last thing that I would really love is flexible hours. I would love to be part of my kid's life as much as possible, be home as much as possible, not be stuck in an office all day. As for responsibility and salary, I'm just gonna say I would love to have a lot of responsibility. And as for salary, I mean, of course I wouldn't want to make this right off the bat, but I feel like one day I would love to make $500,000 a year or more. And lastly, step 7, geography. While working, I would love to live in a big city. Because I'm going to school in Los Angeles, I feel like I'll end up living in LA, but if not there, I would love to live in New York City. And as for retirement, I would love to retire in either San Diego or Newport Beach. I just find those two cities to be beautiful. I love the beach, love surfing, and I feel like I would really be happy there.